Some of you have asked me to do this video, have asked me what I eat and how I've been able to stay on track and keep losing weight. Obviously, I didn't record everything I ate for the week because I have a baby. I don't have time for that, but I did record quite a bit, and I recorded a couple of different meals. Most of them are really easy prep. You could do like a prep day and prepare a couple of the same meals throughout the week. I think only one of the meals that I'm going to show you is not really good for a prepping day. It would be more like a Saturday lunch type meal, but there's some really delicious food here. You guys are going to love it. So let's get started. Quick recipe that you can make the night before for breakfast. If you struggle with eating breakfast in the morning, one of the really important things to do is just prepare. Maybe you don't get up in time to cook or whatever. So doing things that are really quick and easy. Eating in the morning is really, really important, and we've all heard that since we were kids. Eat breakfast like it's the most important meal of the day. Well, it kind of really is the most important meal of the day. And the reason for that is it helps kickstart our metabolism, and it helps us just to have our energy for the day, and then we're not finding ourselves snacking on things before we get to lunch that we shouldn't eat. The recipe that I'm going to show you right now takes a little bit of preparation and, thinking it out. But if you happen to have forgotten to prepare the night before and you really don't have time to actually cook yourself like some eggs in a skillet, or have like hard-boiled eggs ready, or something that that you can just grab and go, just a really fast, easy go-to that's really healthy for you and will give you your protein for the day, is just Greek yogurt and some berries of some sort. So just have some other quick things in mind for those days when you just didn't plan ahead, you didn't think it through the night before. But one of my favorite recipes is overnight oats. If you like oatmeal, this is definitely going to be for you. So I'm going to show you, I have some things out. I've already prepared a few things, and I'm just going to show you really quick what I'm doing for myself for in the morning. I thought I would just share this with you guys. So here we go. You guys, the recipe calls for quick oats or rolled oats, almond milk, nutmeg, ginger, and cinnamon. And you guys could also just add in, if you'd like to, some almond butter powder. I think this stuff is just really great because it's super low calorie, so it's just a really great option to add in. So I went ahead and mixed up all of my dry ingredients prior to the video. I'm gonna go ahead and just do 2 ahead of time so that I have breakfast for the next couple of days. So I'll show you guys the rest of what I'm gonna do. It's just really easy. After you put in your dry ingredients, we're gonna add our almond milk, and then we're just gonna put it in the fridge. And that's it. It's really that simple. I have my finished product here. It's just ready to go. I just snapped a little lid on it, or you could just cover it with foil, whatever works for you. You can even put these in mason jars. That's a really cool idea. If you have a bunch of mason jars that are laying around and you don't know what to do with those, use them for things like this. You guys could add so many different ingredients to this, but this is just a really low calorie, quick way to do it. Just the oats and the seasoning, so it's just really a quick one. So I added half a cup of almond milk to this for tonight, but then in the morning, I'm gonna add another half a cup of almond milk and stir it up, and it's just gonna kind of make it creamy, because in the morning, you'll notice it may be a little hard and thick from sitting overnight. So you just add another half a cup of almond milk to this product in the morning, just stir it up, and then you're good to go. I found a recipe that called for this, and I wasn't really sure about it, but another thing that you guys could add would be like shredded carrots, and get an extra serving of veggies in for the day. You guys could add in 1/4 a cup of grated carrots to each one of those. And I know this combination sounds really strange and kind of gross, maybe. I thought at least that it did, but it was really good. And after I did it, and it sat overnight, the carrots got good and soft. They weren't crunchy, and they tasted really good. So that's my breakfast for the next couple of mornings, because I'm trying to make sure that I'm prepared and making sure that I eat every day. And I'll show you guys some other recipes also for breakfast things that I do, but they're ones that you kind of maybe like a Sunday morning thing where you're home, or again, you're just making sure that you're getting up a couple minutes earlier so that you can prepare something. If you're not like me and you're not a morning person, you can do things like this, because I tend to need a little time to wake up in the morning, so I'm not really ready to wake up and start cooking right away in the morning. Maybe some of you are, I'm not. I need easy, ready to go things, even if I'm not leaving my house and going to work or anything like that. I just really needed to have something that wouldn't require me pulling out a bunch of stuff in my kitchen when I first woke up. I hope that you guys will like this recipe. Let me know what you think about it. Okay guys, today we're going to be making overloaded sweet potato for lunch. I'm going to show you a really healthy and kind of fast recipe that you can do for lunch. It's definitely something you could do on your meal prep day if you were doing a meal prep, and have a really healthy quick lunch. I went ahead and put the ingredients together just for the sake of time. This is the sweet potato. It's already been cooked. You can see that I just pierced it with a fork, and put it in the microwave. I'm not a fan of cooking potatoes this way, but hey, that's okay. For time's sake, it only takes about 8 minutes, so it works out for me. And then the ingredients are broccoli slaw. You need some minced garlic or a garlic clove, whatever. Some mushrooms and red wine vinegar. And then I am using ground turkey meat. You could use beef as well, but I'm just doing ground turkey. I haven't seasoned that with anything, although you guys could do that if you wanted. But I just went ahead and put all the ingredients in here. You're gonna add 2 cups of broccoli slaw and a tablespoon or 1 clove of garlic. If you have minced garlic, you could just do like a tablespoon, and then a tablespoon of red wine vinegar in the mixture, and then 1/4 of a cup or 1/2 a cup if you prefer of mushrooms just chopped up, and then a chopped onion, 1/2 of a chopped onion. I just use my mincer, so it's just really small and fine. And then you're just gonna saute all that up, and we're gonna add in our turkey to the mixture, and then we're gonna cut our potato open, add that all in the potato, and we have lunch. So I need to add 1/2 a cup of tomato sauce. I forgot to tell you guys that a second ago. But I went ahead and added all that into the mixture, so you can see that right here. Guys, so today I'm going to be showing you my lunch. I am just making a really quick, easy Brussels sprouts and bacon and some leftover chicken. It's a really simple, quick lunch. You guys can do this as meal prep also, but I just got a bag of Brussels sprouts and 1 little cap full of olive oil and some bacon that's pre-done. I'll show you guys. I grabbed a bag of fresh cut already Brussels sprouts. You guys can get whatever you like, but that's just what I'm doing today for lunch, and I'm gonna eat only 1/2 of that serving. And then I just use these real bacon crumbles, and I'm just gonna put those in there with it, and I don't really measure them out. I just put in however many I want. I guess you guys can measure it out, but I'm not all about measuring and calorie counting and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna be doing that, but I just let them saute, and then I'm gonna throw my chicken in the microwave, heat it up, and that's gonna be my lunch. I'll show you guys what that looks like. Making an open-faced avocado burger with turnip fries. The burger I use, it's just a veggie burger. I don't use the beef burgers because I just really like the Boca brand veggie burger, so that's what I use. But you guys could use a turkey burger or whatever kind of like beef burger that you want. Just make sure it's lower in fat. So I went ahead and already made my Boca burger. You can see that it's cooking. It's finishing up right there behind me, and I'm just about to be finished with everything actually, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I did to prepare this meal, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. It's one of my favorite recipes because I get to eat French fries, but it's turnips, and I'm getting my vegetables, and it's really filling and just a really great lunch option for like a Saturday or something like that. So come on and let's get started. I'll show you guys what I'm doing over here. Here's what I'm using to make this recipe. I just got 2 big turnips here. I already went ahead and cut one of them up. I'm gonna cut them up into smaller sections to resemble more like French fry shaped. And I'm just using the Boca burger because it's really great protein. It tastes good and I like it. And so it's a kind of a low calorie way for me to make sure that I'm getting my protein in for the afternoon. I went ahead and mixed up some seasoning over here. I'm gonna put the fries in here. This is just garlic powder, onion powder. I put some paprika in there and a little bit of salt and olive oil and mixed it all together. So you guys can put in there whatever you want. And then I'm gonna use some salsa, and I'm gonna squish down this avocado, and we're gonna make that with our bread here. Just a little tip for bread. Like, I'm a bread person and I really like to eat bread. So I keep my bread, this is like my bread. Everybody else in the family can eat it out of the cupboard, but I keep mine in the freezer. And it's just because it takes a little bit to thaw out. So I have to like think ahead of time, and I can't just grab the bread from wherever and eat it. This is just a little cool hack you can do, I guess, to like not use much bread. So keep it in the freezer, and it lasts a long time that way too. So I really only eat maybe 1 piece of this a week, so it's gonna last in the freezer a whole lot longer than it would on my counter in my cupboard. So just a little tip for you there. for dinner tonight. I'm just making my family pizza, but I'm not gonna eat pizza. I'm gonna just show you what I was making because I got a little creative today trying to use some leftovers and some vegetables out of my refrigerator that were kind of looking a little on the I'm about to die side. So I went ahead and grabbed the eggplant that I have out of the fridge and I made eggplant fries. So I'm gonna show you guys how I did that. Instead of the breadcrumbs and the eggs and like all that stuff that you can put on the outside of it, I just sprinkled some salt and some all-purpose seasoning from McCormick. That's like my go-to seasoning for all my vegetables. I just went and sprinkled a lot of that on there just to taste. And then I sprayed everything with olive oil instead of frying it or air frying it. I'm just putting it in the oven and, you know, put some of that olive oil spray on it so it saves me a few calories. And then I just sprinkled a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top of them prior to going in the oven, and then after they come out of the oven I'll put a little bit more on top and then just kind of coat them really well with that. So you just want to cook them, like I said, for 15 minutes. You can turn them halfway through if you remember. Half the time I don't remember, I just throw them in the oven and then, you know, the timer goes off in 15 minutes and I'm like, oh. And I'm also gonna show you guys here stuffed pepper. So I'm just gonna use the leftovers from yesterday's lunch where I had ground up turkey meat and put it in a baked potato. I'm just gonna cut that in half and put it in my bell pepper here and just throw it in the oven, and I might put a little pizza sauce or tomato sauce or something in there with it, and then just a little Parmesan cheese on top. So I'm gonna have all that for dinner tonight. I'll show you what it looks like when it's all finished. I just put them on my pan and I'm ready to throw them in the oven, and you cook them on at 425 for 15 minutes. So the other half of the eggplant I'm actually going to take and scoop out the insides. I'm going to cook those, like saute those with some onions and some other vegetables, and restuff my eggplant. I hope that this video has been helpful to you guys today. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up and be sure to click the subscribe button.